It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Ryan O'Connor. This is Ink the Book Show, the only art show filmed on the moon. So do me a favor, hit that like button and throw in a comment and maybe hit follow or subscribe or whatever. Tell your friends, share it out on the Twitter, and be a pal. Help get the word out on this little experiment in human happiness. It's the show where I sometimes ink comics, sometimes I doodle in my sketchbook. Today's one of them sketchbook doodling days. So let's hop to it. All right. How do you do the camera thing? Come out on the other end in one piece. Here we go. I'll flip my light around again. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do a moose. It's been a while since I've drawn a moose. Got like a peanut head. That's another thing I could draw. I used to draw like fake Mr. Peanuts all the time. Like rip-off, knockoff versions. Hold on. I'm gonna close my door real quick. Just realized it's been open. All right. Yeah, I used to do little demented versions of Mr. Peanut all the time when I was in high school. Because it made me happy. There is a comic I started a long time ago with a moose head in it. It takes the part of the comic anyway. It takes place in a taxidermy shop. And I think that's going to be the next book I work on, is going back into that and finishing it up. I have about 50 pages done. Let's see, I want to give him like some kind of bowler hat. I hope everyone is being treated well by daylight savings. I woke up bright and early yesterday. Today I kind of slept in a bit because I could today. But today went by super fast. But I've gotten stuff done. I feel like I've seen this somewhere, but I feel like I'm going to make this a Joe Camel knockoff. Was it The Simpsons or something? They did like a Joe Camel type character, but it was a moose smoking cigarettes. Maybe I did make it up. I don't know. All of a sudden, I thought it would be funny to make this guy smoking a cigarette. Hey, you know that neighbor of mine whose home is connected to my little art room here? The last few times I've been streaming, I could hear him playing his music. Today it just sounds like bombs going off over there. By the way, it's not as super loud in the box as I might make it sound. I mean, it can be. But I don't think it's being picked up on the stream, for example. So it could be worse. But let's see. What am I doing? For a second, I think I was thinking of doing it as a logo, and then I was thinking I should add a body. So maybe I will do this kind of neck, and then I don't know why this is in my head, but let's see if I can draw this. Here. Start with the object first. Then I'll know where to place the hands a little better. So it's like a rubber hose style moose smoking a cigarette and playing an accordion, I guess. Kind of rubber hose animation style. Here, I'm not gonna give him such a bulky neck, I think. Oh yeah. Let's see, and then it's gonna be like a striped football style shirt. This guy isn't French. He just does a lot of famously French things. Like wear striped shirts, play the accordion, and smoke. He's a classy guy. This is what this is what this is the epitome of sophisticated people. What sophisticated people did in the 30s. Smoked, played accordion, and wore striped shirts. Okay, good. I'm gonna ink this. His name is Montague. Montague Moose. And he only reads Russian tragedies. He puts a drop of arsenic in his coffee every morning because he's going through some stuff right now. I don't know. That was just a dark thing that popped in my head. Lottie. He keeps an unloaded rifle by the door should anyone break into his house, and a loaded pistol on his bedside table in case the dark thoughts come back. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. This guy's troubled. La-dee-dee. La-dee-dee. La-la-la-la. La. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, hi, Dominami. Howdy do, neighbor. Oh, oh, okay. I glitched out for a second there, at least on my end. Cripes. Dominami says howdy. Oh, look who's here.
Oh, well, it's Pop Goes the Weasel.
It's Pop Goes the Weasel. There we go. What are you up to?
Nothing.
How's daylight savings treating you?
Lightly. That
Oh,
moose shouldn't be smoking. It's going to stunt his growth.
This is what sophisticated people did in the 1930s, right? They wore striped shirts, smoked cigarettes, and played the accordion.
When they were college.
The French ones,
a college beanie.
What's that?
He should be wearing a college beanie.
Oh, yeah. What do those look like?
I don't know. That's good enough.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of the bulldog in the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Oh.
The way he's dressed. You know what I mean?
Spike?
Yeah. What was the little guy?
Okay. Alfie.
What was his thing? What was it? What did he say? The little yappy guy.
Just talks about how great he is. He kisses his ass the whole time, and he keeps going, shut up. And then when he gets sliced by the cat,
just going down the street, and then just every once in a while, just like shoving him out of the way.
basically, yeah.
Hey, Spike! Hey.
You and me as friends. You and me as pals, ain't we, Spike?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Shut up. And clock him with that classic Warner Brothers sound effect. What are you up to tonight? Just
Well,
that
me?
What's
Huh?
that? What's that page for? You're just drawing to draw.
Yeah.
There's a new character.
It's always a new character. I just fill up my sketchbooks with new characters. Sometimes something seems cool. I think this guy looks cool. I think I would like to use him for something.
He could be a henchman for an evil guy.
Bonehead. Huh?
He could be a henchman for an evil guy.
No. He wouldn't be a henchman.
Why not?
This is a page. I don't know. I just kind of have an idea, a loose idea. But this one I inked recently on here. Let me show you. I inked on this on the. Oh yeah, you were there when I inked this one.
I was on with you that night.
It still bothers me that it's so like splotchy looking, but that's okay. That'll work. But there's some ones I did. Did you see this one? The snowman fireman.
Not that one, no.
I did.
He's not gonna pull out his hose, is he?
Dude.
What's that?
I don't know, some kind of. It's Jim Rat on his shirt. He's some kind of alien thing. I don't know.
Riley doesn't want to come. He just wants to bark at
Your guy. Okay, back to work. Moose.
You could do the more modern version of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Moose and Squirrel.
The esoteric French with English captions version.
When I was a kid, they used to have Cartoon Town with Bill Jackson. They called him BJ and Dirty Dragon, and he was a good artist. And he would he'd ask you, "Give me a number," and somebody would say like 54, and he'd make a cartoon character out of it. But that was just like
out of the number 54.
Yeah, but it would like turn into like the guy's sideburn in his ear or something, you know. And he would just work it into an overall drawing. He's pretty good at it too.
Mm-hmm.
They used to give him different.
Would it always be a number?
Might have been letters too. That just he changed it. You could look him up on YouTube probably. BJ and Dirty Dragon. Bill Jackson. But he was just like, and then we'll make a little line like this, and we'll come around here, and he'd tell you what he was doing. You would have loved watching it as a kid. It was right up your alley.
Yeah.
That's what made me think of it, the way you're just kind of adding stuff in now as you go. And that's what he would do. He'd just like make something. He would make stuff out of clay too.
I used to love working. I was just thinking about that. Like, that'd be cool to do a show where I make something out of clay.
Well, there was a character called the Blob, and he'd go, "What do you want to be today?" And he'd go, "An astronaut." And then he'd like make him into an astronaut. And he'd like cut off pieces of him the whole time. The Blob is like, you really ought to look it up on YouTube and see if you can find it. So you'd really.
Wait, was it animated?
Huh?
It was an animated character, and he molded him.
He was just a big slab of clay, and his name was Blob.
Uh-huh.
And he just
Yeah.
went always unintelligible, and he would fill in what he was saying, and then he'd pull out knives and put like ears in him and put glasses on him and stuff. He just changed them into different things. But the drawing was pretty cool because he'd make olive oil out of like the letter P or something like that. And somebody would suggest I think he would get it from one of the viewers. Today, Charlie says he wants me to make this out of the letter Q. And he would put the letter Q on there and then do it. And he always did it. So.
Letter Q, that's tough. I'm just kidding. No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
BJ and the Bear.
BJ and Dirty Dragon.
I know.
It was Cartoon Town was
Dirty
the name
Dragon.
of the show originally. Then it became
Cartoon Town sounds familiar. Maybe there might have been something else called Cartoon Town though.
But yeah, it became the BJ Dirty Dragon.
Maybe I'm
show.
just thinking of what do you call that movie? Roger Rabbit.
Oh
Toontown.
yeah, Toontown. But he wore a hat similar to what that moose is wearing. It was like a bowl. Yeah, he wore like a bowler. And he was a Chicago guy, so I think he was a White Sox fan.
Did it come up on the show?
Oh yeah. He was on. Then he'd like put on Popeye cartoons, or he would put on just Beanie and Cecil. I think he would do. He'd put up all these ones that I couldn't watch on any of the channels I had. I didn't have channel 32, and he was on 32, and the Sullivans had it. So Pat was an artist, and Pat always watched it, and he'd try to do what. As a matter of fact, our den when we were in Cub Scouts, we were Den 1 Dirty Dragons, and that was because Pat Sullivan's mother was the den mother.
Oh, your buddy Pat Sullivan writes books.
Yes. He's written, I think, 3 that I know of, and I tried to read them, and they're pretty deep. They're like
Sci-fi or something, or are they?
Yeah, kind of a sci-fi nature. Yeah, but he's like Pat always like he's very intellectual, and a lot goes on in his head, and it like comes out like he'll try to explain things to you, and he can't help but talk like over you, like he's just like so far above your head. You'd go, yeah. God, am I stupid?
I was just saying that to my wife.
Yeah, kind of like that.
What part of astrophysics do you find most fascinating?
The red.
You know, I gotta run. My house is on fire.
The red kind.
He gives you a look like, huh? And you're like, I mean, the blue kind isn't without its charm.
No, I just said to him, "All right, try to pretend like I don't get whatever you're saying, but know that we're not really pretending." You got him doing the camel ads.
I said that. I was like, I feel like when I first put a cigarette in his mouth because I was like, I feel like he'll be a knockoff Joe Camel, but I feel like I've seen a moose as a knockoff Joe Camel before somewhere. Probably The Simpsons, but I can't
Marlboro Moose.
picture it. Yeah, something like that. What did I do here? Did I do that line twice? It's real.
Have you been getting any people stopping in?
Had Dami in the chat here
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh, there's someone there. Hello, whoever that is. Somebody just made a comment, I thought. Did they?
This is my father, by the way. One day I'm gonna look like that.
God help him. I do have a face that only a mother could love.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I took her in the other night.
Took her in where?
To the emergency room.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She okay?
Her knee was a mess. They made us sit there for 3.5 hours, and then they gave her a Norco.
What manner of a mess? It's just swollen?
Yeah, she'll
bounce back.
No, she's not. No,
What do you mean?
I was talking to JK tonight. She's she just took a major slowdown. It takes for you. Well, you were there. You walked her out to the car the other night. It's a major event. Yeah. You just have to be really patient with her now. And I mean, before she walk out, she still gets in, and it's just like super slow mo. It takes like 5 minutes to get her in the car, whereas before it only took a couple.
She didn't even have a jacket on. It's like,
no,
why would you wear a jacket if you know it's gonna take you forever to...
Wow, that's the other. She's starting to slow down there too. JK said, "Do you need a pain pill?" And she said, "Yeah, I could use one." So he gave her one of the, I think she had a Tylenol with codeine. And he goes, "Do you want to take that?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, did you get your prescription for pain pills?" So she took that one, and she said, "Yeah, I got these." And he looked at him and he said, "So you got Norcos? They gave you 6 of them." It says on the bottle. He looked in. He said, "One of them is missing." And she said, "Oh yeah, I took that about an hour ago." And he goes, "You just took some codeine out too." They said, "She'll sleep tonight." She forgot she took it. Anyway.
Well, that's no good.
Go to see her every opportunity you have now. That's all I can say.
Don't.
Wow.
She's 94.
It's a sharp decline that we're seeing anyway. Seamus calls me often too.
Because he's worried about you dropping dead.
No, not me.
Oh.
He's going to try to have a kid within the next year and a half.
My cousin Seamus?
Yes.
He'll be a good dad.
He's got a medical okay.
What's that?
He's gotten his medical okay. So
what, for the cystic fibrosis?
Yeah, he was trying to make sure that he was able to, and because of cystic fibrosis, and they said, "Oh yeah, you're good." So the original thing was he told everybody, "Yeah, you see me in the a hospital gown, it's because I was having my penis enlarged, and I sent him a text and said, "How can Ashley afford such a thing?" So I figured she was the one that paid for it.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Him having kids, that'll give him a run for his money. He's
well, they
in
just
for a treat.
bought that 4-bedroom house too, so now he's got to fill it.
He could fill it with treasures. You know,
Yes.
save his money for treasures. No, I'm just kidding. Man, I wish I had kids. But I'm a spinster. It's because I sit in here all day drawing.
It might have something to do with it.
Huh?
That might have something to do with it. But there are
That and my terrible personality.
what you
I walk up to a woman and I go, "Hey, bozo, give me a number." Next thing you know, I'm being escorted out by 2 lugs. No respect.
So is that accordion smoking moose going to have a sidekick?
Um,
He-
yeah, it's gonna be a mosquito who steals pies from windowsills.
what will his
A
name?
homeless mosquito who steals pies from windowsills.
Mosquito,
Dig. Yeah,
right?
that's right. Huh?
Pete,
What, you think a homeless mosquito who steals pies from, or you think he couldn't carry a pie off a windowsill? Well, you think I'm making this up?
as I go along. He's making it up as he goes along.
Um, let's see. I want him to be a different brown.
That'd be chocolate mousse.
Yeah. Cripes. Well, dark is gonna be too dark. What'd you get up to today?
Working on some kitchen cabinets.
Pigeon? What?
Kitchen cabinets. We sprayed them. Now, tomorrow we have to go back and put them back up. They're finished now.
I had a. I'll do this. I'll do this. What's mom doing there? I hear her.
She's driving.
She's what?
She's driving.
She's driving.
She's driving me insane.
Cute. Um. Tell me a story.
I don't even know where to begin.
At the beginning. Start with Once Upon a Time.
I'd have to have a second line before you did that. Give me a little time. I'll see if I can come up with something. We'll leave the ducks out of it.
No, tell the duck story. Tell the duck story.
I don't want to tell the duck story. It's horrible and it follows me around. My children
Kaminami
mock
says
me.
it's story time. Oh, I just saw this. It did this another time where StreamYard just threw up a bunch of comments all at once, but they've probably been there for a while. My wife, Weasel, my wife. My wife, Weasel, my wife. Something, they're looking at your name, I think.
They're looking at my name, yeah. That's his wife? Who is it?
I don't know.
can't see.
Big Birth.
Huh?
And then
Yeah.
Damanami said hello to them. I think that might be a Borat thing. I don't know. I don't know how to read the internet sometimes.
Holder of pencils.
Also, I haven't seen Borat.
I didn't see Borat either.
I haven't seen any movie. What's your favorite movie?
Last night I watched The Man Who Would Be King with Sean Connery and Michael Caine. It's a Rudyard
Never heard of
Kipling story.
Oh.
That was pretty good.
You know what I did today? I finished reading Fahrenheit 451.
Oh yeah, you're on that kick. Yeah, I was giving you books that I read in school.
I bought Catcher in the Rye recently, which I like. I don't. I don't know. I didn't read it as thoroughly as I was supposed to in school.
I was telling you and Heather in the end. Heather liked it. The idea of this book. It was by Herman Melville. It was what was it called? Can't think of the name of it now.
House of 1,000 Corpses.
Nah, Herman Melville, not Herman Zombie.
Whatever.
Well, you read Candida. That was
That's by Herman Melville?
no, that's by Voltaire.
Oh.
Um,
You know who my favorite storyteller of all
Sereno
time
is
is?
the name of it. Benito
Nino
Sereno.
Serena.
Benito
I
Sereno.
thought that was Cyndi Lauper's manager.
that was Lou. What was his name?
Lou Albano.
Captain Lou Albano. No, this was Benito Sereno. That was it. He was a captain of a ship, and a guy goes on there and just like starts having imagery of what's actually happening, but he refuses to believe what he thinks.
Why?
I don't know. He goes against his better judgment. And what he's actually witnessing is a slave ship that's been taken over by the slaves. And Benito Sereno is the captain, and they have him up on deck. And most of the crew has been killed, but they have the crew under control so that they do what they say without being told in front of the guy that's on the ship, because he's got a warship that he was on. they're trying to play it cool while he's there, and he keeps seeing imagery that there's things going on that actually are going on, but he refuses to believe it. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good.
You know who my favorite storyteller is of all time?
Oh,
Michael O'Connor.
I doubt it. I mean,
Spin us a yarn.
I fell asleep during that last one.
Spin us a yarn, storyteller. What'd you say?
I said,
What'd you say?
I fell asleep during the last one.
Like, just pretend you're in one of your client's house and you're about to leave. You know?
Shut up.
Because then you never shut up. Like my dad used to take us to job estimates because he paints houses, and he'd take us, like he'd pick us up from like baseball or something and take us to a job estimate, and then he'd like do all the work of like going through the place and like seeing everything that he needed to paint and you know, kind of write everything down in his little notebook and like talk to the customer about what they wanted to do and like like how much paint, you know, he kind of come up with his little, I don't know, he'd do the job and then it'd be like, oh good, we're gonna leave, and then he would just go on and on with the customer for like another 25 minutes or so, and like as a kid, it was like we're standing by the front door with our jackets on and stuff, and like, and I just always that's my dad's MO. Like when we were leaving anywhere, like he'd bottle up all his personality. No, not personality, but all the juicy stories to the very until as we were leaving the place. Family parties and everything. Like it was, that was always when he came up with everything he really wanted to tell you. So, Dad, I'm afraid we gotta cut this stream short. So goodbye.
Goodbye. Why, are you finished?
Do you have anything to say? Any parting words?
No, you kind of covered it all.
Sheesh. Well, I'm not ending. I'm not ending until you, let me think.
So the fat lady sings.
Yeah. Do you have any stories about when you were in a band in high school? You were in a band in high school, right?
Yeah, my senior year.
Okay. And you played the bassoon.
I played a buffoon.
Oh. What'd you play?
No, I was the singer.
Oh. Did you? So, but you wrote all your own songs?
No.
Oh, Damanami says bye.
We've always been.
See you, Damanami.
You know that.
I'm just, well, nobody else knows one thing about you. Nobody in the world has ever met you.
That's just what they claim.
Okay, so what songs
life.
did you cover when you were in high school? What songs did you sing?
Like, you know, Aerosmith.
I don't even know what songs you sing now. Huh?
It's kind of the same. Kind of the same. The ones we do now are more difficult to play. But before I was in a band with it, we had a keyboard player who also played guitar. So then we had 2 guitar players, sometimes 3. If he was playing, we wanted him primarily as a keyboard player, but he did play guitar. So then we would have 3 guitar players, and then we had a drummer and a bass player and me. It was a pretty full band.
Okay. What'd you play? Or what songs did you sing? Did you say? I don't think you said.
We used to do Blue Collar Man by the Styx.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. We did the Cars, some car songs.
Woo, 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 woo. Right?
It was Just What I Needed. Yeah,
Is that what I was doing just now?
I think so.
I used to like the Cars, but I feel like I never hear them anymore.
You have to put them on your list and then play them once in a while.
Yeah.
The first album is good. The second album is good. After that, they were,
I heard like new music by the Cars like 10 years ago, and I think I heard something new kind of recently, and I was like, this is the Cars?
Well, it wouldn't be really the Cars because the bass player who he sang Sometimes died years ago, and then Rick Ocasek was the guitar player that wrote most of the songs and did the lead vocals.
He died recently.
The majority, he died last year. Yeah. That moose looked pretty good.
Thanks. I made it myself. I learned how to draw mooses
Are you going to draw Bum
making
Speedo?
it up. No, I'm not. My life. This isn't even like. This is like the least productive art-related thing that I'm doing today. And look how much time I spend on it. I've been here for 48 minutes drawing this dang moose.
How'd you come up with the idea for him?
I just decided I wanted to draw a moose. And as I was drawing him, I put a bowler hat on his head, and then I stuck a cigarette in his mouth, and then I started drawing his body. I don't know. It wasn't all that premeditated. Actually, right before I started the stream, I thought I was going to do something else, and then I changed my mind at the last second.
That looks pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you, Papa. That's how my niece talks to my dad. Thank you, Papa.
Yes. That's what Lemon came over the other day and was like, "Hi, Lemon." So she jumped down off the chair. She had her dad help her, and he brought her over to the couch. And then she jumped off the couch and ran to me. And I said, "Oh," and she came over and gave me a big hug. And it's like, "Oh, it's so good to see you." And I was hugging her back, and she goes, "Papa, what's it called?"
Oh, I didn't finish the sampler.
She wanted to watch that. What's the character's name?
Booba?
Booba. She went, "Booba." And I said,
Why
"Did you just
did they
come
like
over
that
here?"
pointless character?
I said, "Is
Anyway.
that the only reason you came over to give me a big hug was because you wanted to steal my phone and watch Booba?" And she looks at me and says, "Yes."
She's going to be president someday because she cannot tell a lie.
She's
just like our current president.
Well, it really takes shape when you put color on it. It really adds a lot to it.
I know it's that's true of my comic. Like I've been coloring pages for a while now.
Well, this just looks so much better.
And it's like there's like a couple of pages where I was like self-conscious of it when I was looking at it, like the scan of it. I was like, I don't know if this page works anymore. And then I add the color to it. And I'm like, whoa. It that saved it. You ever heard of not knowing what color you're looking for? No, I just don't know where the marker I'm looking for is. So
One.
what uh what where did you what venues did you play when you were a kid?
We played. We only played it with that when I was a kid. We didn't go out and play that often. We practiced all the time. We ended up playing at
All
a.
dressed up and no place to go.
We played a party one time, and then we played. The first time I sang in public was in front of like 300 to 400 people at the school gym, the grade
Yeah.
school gym. Yeah, that was in 1979.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
well, that was it.
No, there's a thing. How? Let me think. Was it how you opened the show?
Um, we did break a disco record at the
Yeah.
beginning of the second set, and that was back during the disco sucks movement with Steve.
Well,
Dahl.
tell us a little bit about that. Not the movement.
Oh, I came up and said, "Does anybody here like disco?" And some people said yes, but most of them said no. I said, "Well, if you do, you can turn around and get the F out of here." And I was wearing a Disco Sucks shirt, and I pulled out a copy of Saturday Night Fever. I gave one of the albums to Mitch, the guitar player, who was really good. He's the one that works in Hollywood and does. He was an art student, so he does the graphics for special effects in movies.
I didn't know that, or I think I did know that.
You did know that because I told you, and I showed you some of the stuff that he did, some of the films he's worked on. But I gave him an album, and we both smashed it. You know, he showed me how to like squeeze it together and like get it to splinter into a bunch of pieces, and then we played a Montrose song called what was it?
Wait.
Rock.
Go on.
Huh?
Finish what you were saying.
We just played a song called
All right.
Rockin'.
What
good
you
time
just went out
rockin'.
and bought some disco records, and some clerk was like, "Man, this guy really likes ABBA."
Who does?
Is that what happened? You just went out and bought some disco records just to smash them?
No, I went to Disco Demolition Night though, also around that same time, and we.
Oh, you're missing my cue.
What's your cue here?
Where did you get the records that you smashed?
From my sister, actually.
You just took them out of her room and smashed them on stage. That's what I was saying. See, you used to tell these stories well. Now you don't. Now that you've got a whole wide world to share them with.
Well,
I've been trying to
had to
set
be
up
done.
this
The
story this
destroyed.
whole time. Huh?
The album had to be destroyed.
Just for peace and quiet. Around the house. No, what did she ever? When did she find out that you did that?
Oh, she let me take it.
Oh, oh, okay.
But it had to be done.
Let's see.
Have you heard the news? That was good rocking tonight.
Rocking the night. That's what you went into?
No, we went into Rock the Nation. That's what it was. Rock the
By
Nation
who?
by
By whom?
Montrose. By
Montrose.
Montrose. Yeah.
Let's see now. I gotta think of what color I want this bowler hat to be. I guess like black, right?
Um,
Is there a better? I
you're
mean,
gonna lose
maybe
if you do
against
that.
black, but I can do like a dark gray, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a different color than black, or it'll disappear.
Yeah, I've been trying. I mean, I would do it dark gray anyway, but I'm wondering if I should just do some other color.
Red.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna go with this Tuscan red.
It's more festive.
This is a festive bloke.
Well, he's smoking and playing the accordion.
He's a foreigner of some sort. No, I think he's American, but
He'll never
he's
tell
just
you.
he's just got highbrow tastes. Saying earlier, he only reads Russian tragedies.
Like Dust.
What is his name? His
like
name is Montague.
Dostoevsky?
Yeah, Dostoevsky.
Didn't he used to play defense for the Vancouver Canucks?
Yes.
Dostoevsky.
Dusty Springfield. Is that a thing?
She was a thing.
A creature? It's
Yeah,
a woman?
her song? I don't remember her song now. But it was popular at the time, and she was a blonde.
Boom. About that.
Bob Hope wanted her at the army shows he'd put on at Christmas.
Because of her unique talents? Oh, she's from like the
60s.
60s?
Yeah. And like the Second City when what's his name? Dave Thomas is doing his Bob Hope impersonation, and Woody Allen is being done by Rick Moranis.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I want to get somebody out on our show like Anita Ekberg, someone with, and he holds his hands out in front of him. And the Woody Allen character goes, what, you want a woman with arthritis? Yeah, there you go. With arthritis?
Background. What color do we want this background? Hey, Dad, what color should I paint this wall? In your experience, what would you go with?
Blue.
Do customers always ask you that?
Yeah. I always say blue.
Do you? No, I didn't
No.
think so. I've heard you answer that where you're like, I don't like to pick people's colors for them.
I don't, because I told a lady one time, years and years ago, I said, she goes, do you like this one or this one? And I said, if it was me, I would do this one. So she goes, okay, we'll do that. So I started to put it up, and this lady was like 40 years old, and she was pregnant for the first time. And we started painting the room, and she hated the color, and she started crying. I hate it. I was like, oh, okay. We stopped, and I had her pick another color, and had to calm her down I had to, like, virtually do some hand holding and talk her through the horrible thing, which was actually just select another color and we'll use that.
Like, I'm only gonna charge you double.
I only charged her for the paint that she bought.
You're like, sorry, once we start, there's no going back.
No,
You're stuck with it.
yeah, there's just none.
Sucks to be you, lady.
Major league.
You can only paint these things so many times before the house can't stand it any longer and collapses around you. You know? I don't make the rules. Nature does.
So what color is that?
I don't think it's gonna survive. Violet mist. I gotta buy new markers, and then I keep having to put it off for
Financial reasons.
yeah, financial reasons. No, it is like every time I go to click buy for like months now. It's like some foolish thing happens that where I'm like, I'll do it next time I get paid, and then I don't do it some more.
So do you have to choose a different color now?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. We'll make something happen here. Hold it. Hold it! That's violet mist. This is what? Lilacs? Let's see what you got, lilacs.
Sounds like a mad dash.
What's that?
You sound like you're on a mad dash to find the colors.
Oh, I thought you said lilacs sounds like dishonest gas or something.
No, it sounds like casual.
I thought you were
slacks.
hearing LAX, lax.
Casual slacks. Is there anyone on still, or did that person go off?
It says one person's watching, but it might be you.
Might be me. I am watching.
But it also doesn't always show me when somebody's on, apparently. But people have been watching the videos lately.
I think they got off. Figuratively speaking. Oh yeah, I had on Chancellor wanted to watch The Mask the other day.
Oh yeah.
So I kept telling Braden, we all wear masks. Hypothetically speaking.
Wait, who said that?
I did to Braden because they say that in the movie. We all wear masks, hypothetically speaking.
I thought one of the children was getting all philosophical on the other one. I thought is what you were saying.
Nah. They're just watching The Mask. I want that framed and on my desk.
I know Braden Jimmy put that movie on for Braden one time, And Braden was like, "Turn it off, Daddy." He was getting scared of Jim Carrey. Like, there's one part where he's like falling off a building. He's like, "Ah!" and his eyes are bugging out of his head, and then he splats on the ground, and he's all flat, and he like peels himself up.
We actually laughed.
And it was
at
like,
that.
yeah, it was like upsetting Braden, like when he was a bit littler.
Well, he did. You know, it's funny you say that because we did actually see that, and we laughed. And then he goes, "Why did that happen?" And I go, "Because he's a cartoon, so you can splat." And then he like pulled himself up, and he was flattened out. I said, "He's not anymore because it was just a cartoon." So yeah, he did make it a topic. It's funny that you should mention that exact scene.
Yeah, Jimmy tried putting it on for him one time when I was at his house like a couple years ago.
That one's out too.
Yeah.
I meant green. Make the room green.
I might do the purple thing. I mean, the blue thing that you said.
You might have no choice.
I'm just bouncing from marker to marker, but it'll fix itself. It can run out, but it can't hide.
You want me to send you a text to
I don't know what that means.
5 more purple markers?
No.
You'll remember.
You had me text you something. You had me text you about extension cords. Yeah.
We did need it, so I.
Did you not open it till the next day?
Yeah, and then I grabbed the cord and.
Okay, I'll click
before I left
buy.
for work, so you helped out immensely.
This is a different color. Let me see. This one's reddish. And that's out too. Jeepers creepers. I must really like purples. Okay. Anyway, let's see what the blues. There's one that's. There's my slate blue if I have it, because that one's purple, but it looks blue.
Is that a
blue slate?
Slate is a purplish gray color.
What's that?
Is it a purplish gray color? It looks more purple, yeah.
This one's called blue slate, but it's more, and it looks blue, but it's actually like a purpley color. And that one's out too. My life's a riot.
Well, now you know you need 9 different colored markers to get back in stock.
Yeah, all from one end of the color spectrum. The Mask, did you know that that's a comic book? By Doug Mankey. And, yes.
Stanley Ipkiss?
That's where that character came from. Huh?
Stanley Ipkiss?
Yes.
With his dog Milo?
Yeah. I follow the artist or something. Yeah, I follow the artist on. I didn't know it until after I was following him for a while. Doug Mankey. And I don't know who wrote it. I can't remember the name of the guy who wrote it. Or maybe they wrote it together. I don't know. And that's actually how I found out it was a comic.
Because you followed him and he mentioned it?
Yeah, he would do drawings of the mask all the time. And then, yeah, just over time I like put two and two together. And it's like, oh, he made the mask.
Half a tick. He does that for a living.
All right.
There you go. Looking better.
Everything's out.
That one too.
Let me see. No, at this point, the Hobby Lobby's closed too. But last time I went to a Hobby Lobby to look for markers, they didn't carry these markers anymore.
Maybe because they dry out too much.
Yeah. I found out that there's a trick where you can pour isopropyl alcohol into, you can pull out like the tip on the fine tip and funnel in isopropyl alcohol.
So like thin it out.
And it'll kind of like the idea is it doesn't exactly run out of ink so much as it just dries out. So it kind of rejuvenates it. But when I tried that, it did work, but not very lasting or long or well. But it did kind of give it a little
extension on
extra
life.
Yeah. But I only tried that once. I did that on stream.
There you go. You're making it complete.
Oy.
Just get get straight up from his antlers and his hat all the way up in that corner. It just doesn't look complete to me.
No. Let's see. Blue, he says. I'm just having a. All right, I'll click buy tonight. All right, you happy?
What'd you do?
I said I'll click buy tonight. You happy, America? You're making me spend my hard-earned dough.
Start smoking cigars on your show, going America.
Yeah, Bernie Mac.
Take Bernie's place. Bernie, my man.
Dad loves Bernie Mac. And there was the Bernie Mac show on Fox back in the day. It was a sitcom.
I like that. I like Everybody Hates Chris.
I never saw that one.
Grounded for Life is good.
Did you see what's his name? Marlon Wayans was hosting The Daily Show this week.
He's hosting what show?
The Daily Show. I guess Trevor Noah stepped down from The Daily Show, and they've had a bunch of guest hosts.
Emily hates him and calls him a traitor.
What's that?
Emily hated him and called him a traitor.
Noah,
because he just announced, "Oh, I'm going to be here for 2 more weeks, and that's it."
Oh yeah.
So
a traitor to Comedy Central.
Yeah, he just gave him 2 weeks notice and left. She told me that they were scrambling around
It was my. I don't watch the show, but I'd say that's the best thing he's ever done. No, I don't know. I just don't find it very entertaining.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
Not that I. Yeah, I don't watch the show though. So
I wasn't that enamored with him.
It's like Jimmy. Like if you were to give a talk show to Jimmy Fallon.
Who wants to do that? Nobody. Oh wait.
It's like, you mean that guy who chuckles and looks at the camera all the time on Saturday Night Live? I mean, it's your network. Do you think it's right?
I don't know how you were able to do that, but you actually made that background wall look decent.
I'm a professional BSer. Oh, very well.
What? No floor?
Oh, I got to keep going? No, I'm just kidding.
Can you do a purple floor?
I'm about spent.
A lavender mauve floor.
It's gonna have to be bright green, neon green. I've got one marker left. I think no.
You have to cut the show short and go order some more markers.
Let's see here.
I was joking. Don't make a floor.
No, of course I'm going to do the floor. What, am I, a coward?
Oh,
Bill Burr really got his effing hooks into me.
Who?
I was listening to his podcast a while back.
Bill Burr?
I mean, I'll resume listening to it after Easter because I'm not streaming anything or doing the internet other than posting.
What do you mean you're not streaming? But, you're on right now.
I mean, I'm the only thing I'm using the internet for is making content or posting content. But I was listening to his podcast, and I am constantly doing the well, not as constantly as I probably was, but I'm still doing the falling into that Boston accent for stuff all the time.
You know.
You
still say all the time.
Horrific.
It's horrific.
It's horrific. Oh, sometimes though, too, these markers just need to sit a sec,
Are those the ones you put the cap on and you shake them and then they get a little more?
I've got another one here that's been sitting, so let me grab this one. Are they the ones you shake? No, this one's worse off.
Are those even part of your world? The ones that you shake?
Not me, no.
I didn't think so. There you have it.
We go to a different kind of zoo, featuring animals you've never heard of. Daddy, we're going to miss the Fantastipotamus. She only sings twice a day.
I like it. And was it not Tommy Boy? Oh, it was Tommy Boy. Mommy's right. I was getting too close to the car. And then what was the other one? Black Sheep. He gets pulled over by the cops. And he goes, now just do what I do. And he gets out and goes, oh my God, they're bees all around us.
That
He's
was
rolling
funny.
on the ground.
Oh my god! The officer's just like, carry on.
The one cop stopped the other cop. You really want to do this?
Oh, woe is I.
Nice drawing.
All right. Well,
Is that it?
I think that's it. Until next time. So now I'm gonna go and color my comics in Photoshop, which I am not doing so much on the streams lately because I have to do that on the computer up there. And meanwhile, they're talking about wedding stuff and or whatever it is they're talking about, hockey, swearing at the TV. So
As children often do.
it's easier to do streams in here. And yeah, so I just do sketchbook drawings lately. But I was doing color streams, and I probably will still when I'm able to. But that's what I'm going to do next. That's next on the agenda is color comics. I was doing a little bit of that before the stream too.
All right. Well, I will let you go. It's good to see you again.
Likewise.
All right.
Thanks.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Well, this has been Ink the Book Show with my dad, Mike O'Connor. And
Bye. Bye.
What's that? All right, he's gone. Good. No. Anyway, this has been yet another Ink the Book Show with me, Ryan O'Connor. Do me a favor. Don't forget to there it is. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and share it out. Share it out. Tell your friends. And maybe watch another video when you get a chance. Click the links in the description. I've never steered you wrong before. Have I? Goodbye, everybody. I love you. You smell good.